Hello students. Now we are going to see public company. We have already seen private company, what are the features and cons and merits of it. But now let us see what is public company and how does these the features of public company differentiates it from the private company. Public company. In simple terms, a public company is a company whose shares can be subscribed by the members of the public. As per the Companies Act 2013, a public company is a company that is not a private company, right? So, a public company is a company which is not a private company. That means it does not have the features of a private company in it, and it does not functions according to the rules and the norms of a private company. The all the functioning is totally different from private company. All the rules and regulations and policies is totally different from a private company. So, a public company is a company which has a minimum of 7 members, and maximum there is no limit on the membership of members in a public company, because the government is only concerned, or the public companies is only concerned with the investments and the people who invest in the company. That means they are not concerned with what type of people are purchasing the shares. They are just concerned with the investments and the money which will they will require for the company and for the functioning of the company. So that is why it is very important that in a public company there should be a large amount of investors to invest in a company. It has a minimum paid up capital of 5 lakhs, and again there is no maximum limit. So again this is also this feature is also amendment, and again now there is no such minimum capital requirement of any public company, right? A private company, that is a subsidiary of a public company. We have studied the holding company and the subsidiary company, right? Holding company is the company who holds the power on another company, and the company who has given or whose power is taken by the holding company, that is subsidiary company. So if a private company is subsidiary of a public company, that means a private company whom the public company has taken the power or has taken hold of. So that company is also known as a public company. Why? Because the ownership, the holding power of a private company is taken by the public company, and that is why that is known as a public company now. So the conditions are the membership should be minimum 7, and maximum it there should be there will be no limit for forming a public company, means the number of members. And then there is no such minimum capital requirement to form a public company. Earlier it was 5 lakhs, but now it has been amended. And last is when a private company will be taken over by a public company, and the private company will become the subsidiary of the public company, then also the company will be considered as a public company. So, a public company is a company whose shares are available to be purchased in the open market, usually one of the major stock markets. Open market means stock exchanges. So, whenever a public company wants to sell the shares and wants to open up the shares of its company to the public, so it can be done through the share market and stock market, because a public company is the company who offers the shares to the public. And like private company, it obviously do not limits its transfer of shares or limits the number of shares holders. It the shares are open to everyone, and anyone can invest in a public company. The limited in public limited company refers to the limitation of liability, and this has two primary consequences. The public limited company, whenever uh, the name is there of a public company, that is public limited company, it means that the limited word shows that there is a limitation of liability, that is the people or the shareholders enjoy the limited liability feature, right? Shareholders can only lose what they invest and are not liable for the further losses of the company. So these are the consequences when the liability is limited of a shareholder in a public joint stock company. So shareholders can only lose what they invest, whatever amount they have invested, they only lose that. That means their personal property is not included, and also their personal money, their personal wealth other than the business property is never used, and they never lose that because that is not included in their investments, and also they are not liable for further losses of the company. And जितना पैसा कंपनी को दे दिया है उनने in the form of shares which they have purchased, उसके अलावा they are not liable for any losses, they are not responsible for taking any for paying back any losses, any liabilities, any loss of the company. The company is a registered firm and the company takes care of its loans and liabilities by itself. Shareholders cannot be legally pursued for debts, fraud allegations, or similar liability except where the shareholder is a board member. When one of the shareholder is the board member, that is one of the board of directors, then only he or she can be responsible for any of the frauds done by the company or the company's name. But the other shareholders who have just invested in a company, they are not liable for any debts and for any frauds or any liabilities for which the company is being responsible. Why is it so? Because a shareholder is the investor and the management is totally different in a joint stock company. That is, there is a separation of ownership and management, right? So whatever the management committee does, whatever the director does, it is totally reflected on the performance of the company. Whatever decision is taken by the directors, whatever working they have, whatever working pattern they have, according to that only the company will work and give results. So for every frauds, because the drafting and paperwork and administration work, everything is handled, ordered, and commanded by the directors only. So whatever frauds are being committed by the company, or whatever liabilities, or whatever means civil liabilities, criminal liabilities, whatever frauds, whatever mistakes are being committed, only the board of directors are responsible for that. None of the shareholders are responsible for that other than if they are directors. Otherwise the shareholders are not responsible for anything. A public company must have a qualified company secretary. That means he should be a member of ICSI and he should have cleared the exam of CS, of course. This means the company secretary must have gained a company secretary qualification from ICSI. It is compulsory in a public company to have a full-time company secretary, and that company secretary should be qualified as CS, and he should be a member of ICSI, that is Institute of Company Secretaries of India. Now, what are the pros? By selling shares, public limited companies can usually raise more capital than private limited company. Why? Because in a public companies there is no restriction of the large membership and the public, and to represent in front of the public their securities. So there is no such restriction, and all the securities are listed in an open market, in a stock market in of the public company. So for that reason, the opportunities which a public company get to increase their financial strength is very much, and the public can get every information about the company's shares, about what the company is investing, what the company is doing. So everything is done very openly, and nothing is hidden from the public. The public knows what type of shares are available, how much quantity is available. So that is why everything is very fair and very open actually to the public, and that is why public gets familiar with the company, and they attract towards the company for investing. So by selling the shares and also by issuing a lot of securities to the public, the public joint stock company can raise a lot of funds for the company. By selling shares, the number of share holders is greater, and therefore the any risk is also shared, because the people are so much. So if even if there is a risk in the investments, even if there is a loss to the company, so that loss can be shared and can be bared by all the shareholders, because there are so much of people. So the burden will not be on some one or two people, it will be shared amongst all. So that loss is also bearable, because many people are there to bear it. Many shareholders widen influence and make it easier to transfer the shares. So widen the influence means their source, they raise their source. If I do not want to continue as a shareholder in the company, I can, with my influence or with my resource, I can very easily give the company another shareholder by transferring my shares to another people. So the company also has in many situations does not has to do anything for uh, means giving the shares to the people, the old shares, because the previous shareholders only many a times transfer the shares to the another to other people. The ability to raise larger sums of capital, right, means that the company is in a better position to grow or multiple finance multiple projects. The ability means the company when is doing or raising the platforms for the people to invest in a company, and also allowing the people to invest in a company, to arrange the finances from many sources. That means the company is in very good position, and the company can invest into another projects, it can take or handle big projects. So this can put the company in an advantageous position strategically in its market. So the company can get benefit of this thing, because the people, the creditors will be ready to give loan or give invest in a company. The people from the market, the wholesalers, retailers, the suppliers will also, because they are having they are financially strong, so everyone will agree to do the deal with them, right? Credit worthiness is perceived to be better in public companies, so it may be easier for the company to acquire a loan or alternative financing. So, credit worthiness means the company's goodwill and fame will be at good value in the market, and the company's name will be so good and valued in the financial platforms, so that anyone from where the company has to raise the money, get the loan, so it is very easy for the company to raise the finances. Public perception of the company increases, and the population at large are more likely to have heard of the company, right? Leading to increasing brand recognition and often the sales. So The public perception means the public view of seeing the company and recognizing the company as a brand or as a very good company. So the population is very large, and of course if you are available to public at a stock market or in the open market, so company must have heard about you. The company will be knowing your name, your product, your brand name, your services. So it also often leads to a large platform for the company to raise the finances, to arrange for the raw materials, to make to introduce their new products. So the company will be confident for all these things, and that is why it is also an advantage, because in private company it is not possible for those companies to introduce themselves in the open markets and get familiar to the public, and that is why public companies are more recognized and identified as a brand. What are the cons? That is, what are the let us see what are the cons of a public company. There are additional requirements for a public company, including time frames for reporting, right? That means the deadlines, the last dates for reporting, more transparency around the accounts, right? So everything, every account, every journals, every entries should be very clear, exact, perfect, so that the government would not question on any of your entries. Additional restrictions on share capital. There are many laws, and also the restrictions on the share capital and what type of shares and how many shares the company can introduce, as well as limits on preemption rights and dividends. So there are limits which the company can give to the their investors and their shareholders, their rights, their dividends. So there are, although the public company can raise finances and have a good name, but still there are some of the things in which the company has to take care of itself, as following the rules, as publishing the accounts, book of accounts, reports, their accounts. Everything has to be very clear, defined and perfect. It should be signed and stamped by the company, signed by the auditor. In case of auditors report, annual reports should be made. Everything, the balance sheet should be done by the auditor. It should be checked by the auditor, and get audited for the taxation policies. So everything which is framed, it has to be done on time. The company secretary, as he is the legal compliance officer in a company, he has to take care that whatever new laws or whatever new rules the government has introduced, that rules the secretary has to keep a check that these rules are implemented within the time in the company, and these rules are to be followed by every employee in that company, right? For example, if any rule is made by the government, so the deadline is for example up to the end of this month, so the secretary should always remind the board of directors of updating that rule in the company, also to make it available to for the employees to follow it, and also within the time that work should be done. Otherwise the company can face many penalties, many fines, and different types of liabilities for these any frauds or unintentional mistakes done by the company. The accounts must be audited, and public companies must publicly file full accounts rather than abbreviated ones. So the public companies has to file full accounts of theirs, whatever entries they have done, whatever ledgers they have made, and everything should be in perfect order, and every record has to get tallied. In turn, this means public companies receive more scrutiny, मतलब बहुत ही detailed observation and बहुत ही detailed interference of the government. The government very keenly observes everything of a public company, how the company works, what are the investments, what are the things that are done by the company, activities, what are the documents being submitted to the registrar by the company, who are the people appointed, their qualification, their remuneration, their working hours, the employees and the workers salary and wages, how many number of people are there in a company, what are the strategy of the company, how does it work, if there are meetings conducted, so how many meetings are there, what are the minute are there the minutes book which are framed in a correct format. So everything in a public company has to be done by the rules, and that is because to avoid the government fines and penalties, because again it may reduce the goodwill and the reputation of the company also, particularly from the analyst and the financial media. So public company receives a lot of detailed observation, keen scrutiny from the analysts who analyze the company and its reports, and the financial media, the people who are financially equipped to observe in a company, जैसे auditors है, some officers who come in the company for analyzing the reports and evaluating it. So these are the people who are responsible for the deep scrutiny. These are the government officers, and to avoid all these, the public company has to work correctly and everything has to be followed on time. A public company will not know the shareholders, and this may lead to issues where the company spends time dealing with the shareholders issues. So the company will not know about the shareholders because there are a lot of shareholders, they are scattered, and moreover they are free to transfer the shares. So even if I have a share for example 3 months, so I can transfer those shares to anyone. It is also more vulnerable to takeovers because, of course, public companies are taken over by different types of companies, and also but in means in majority or in many a times the public companies take over many small companies where a bidder can build up the required shareholding in advance. So bidder means the purchaser of the company. He or she can build up the required shareholding in advance. So he can means ask for the number of shareholders or maximum or minimum number of shareholder he wants in that company. So this can also be a disadvantage or a con for the public joint stock company. Now, the share price of a private company, the share price of a public company, right? Let us just see this. Initially set when shareholders subscribe for their shares. The price of a private company's shares means one unit of a share. Okay? So the value is already set when the shareholders subscribe for their shares. So whenever the shareholders want to purchase the shares of the company, it is subscribe means to purchase, to ask for it, to apply for it. So thereafter only determine when shares are bought or sold. So when the shares are bought and when the shares are sold, so then only they are determined. No active market in the shares because it is not listed to the public, right? So there is no active market for the shares of a private company. So no active market in the shares of a private company, so hard to judge the current value, and that is why to judge the value of a share in a private company, it is very difficult because the shares are not open in the market. The company details are not open, the people do not know who are the investors, are the, what is the policy of the company, who are the owners. So this is not made, this information is not made public. Now, share price of a public company. It is highly transparent, means it can be seen by anyone, displayed publicly and in real time. Whatever time means, real time means exact time, right? For example, today at 10 a.m. or 10 is to 5, right? So 10 is to 5 a.m. if the value is whatever means 500 rupees of a share, so in exact time the exact value will be shown immediately. If after 4 hours or 3 hours the value changes, so that correct exact time and the exact value will be shown. Why? Because every information is very transparent and it is known by every people, and everyone knows about it because the shares are listed in a open market. All trades are disclosed, how many bought, how many sold, and for what price. Means every trading is updated in a stock market where the public companies shares are listed, because the people should know ki this company is currently having for means remaining 100 shares are remaining, 50 shares are remaining, what is the current price of the share, because at whatever price you purchase means you apply that price share you will purchase. So that is the criteria. So the all the trading is disclosed, that means it is it can be seen in the stock markets, and also how many shares are being sold, what is the price, what type of shares are being available of the company and being sold. So everything is very clearly seen. Share prices widely published and tracked. They are continuously tracked by the stock markets, and they are widely published. Means every company who have their shares listed on the stock exchange, mostly public company, so these company have their shares listed, everything is shown to the people, and the tracking can be firstly it is updated on the stock market, that which company is, what shares are left and what is the amount of the share, and means what type of shares are available, right? So this is shown in the stock market, and the people and the share brokers can very easily keep track of it. Nowadays it is obviously very easily accessible on online. So online in the share markets there various apps are there, so where there you can go and there you can see and check what are the rates of the stock market, what is the value, is the value increasing, is the value decreasing. So everything is shown, whatever status is there every day you can check in the newspaper also. So obviously it depends how the shares of the company is going up, it is going down, right? So when we hear about Sensex upar ja raha hai, Sensex niche ja raha hai, so that means the values are means continuously it is falling down and it is rising up, it depends of course. So whatever the situation may be, it is very transparent and it is open to all, and that is the reason people mostly opt for the public companies, because private company shares are not easily available also, and plus there is more risk also. But in public company everything is transparent, the companies all the policies can be seen through the prospectus, you are familiar about everything that is going on in the company, the rates of the value of the share price, and whatever the company is trying to explore, or the new products introduced in a company, at what rate it is being introduced, what are the type of share the company is introducing, and what are the how many shares are left amongst the total number of shares introduced by the company. So everything is very easily shown in the open markets, that is stock exchanges, and it is very easily tracked by the share brokers or even the people. So again you can say that the share price of a public company, it is can be very easily tracked, and the it is very highly transparent, but in the share price of private company it is very hard to judge the correct value in the exact time, and the exact value of the share of a private company. Thank you.